Most people keep gloves and receipts in here, but I keep something that could save my life. In this episode of Charlie's Survival, we're going over what I keep in my glove box, and you won't believe what the last item is. So let's start off with the first item that stands out, and that is this Cyplus electric pump. Now, I've used this many times to pump up all my tyres on my car and also my bike, and it has multiple different attachments that you can use to put air into literally anything from airbeds to tyres. It has a USB on the bottom so you can charge it right from your car, and it doesn't struggle putting the right PSI into my tyres. You can get more compact ones than this, but this turned out to be the best value one on Amazon, and it does the job pretty well. Next up, very important, we have a lighter, and on this lighter there is actually duct tape. Duct tape, as you probably know, can be used for so many different things, including fire starter. So if we ever need to get a fire going to cook up some food, we have that option. Next up, we have a first aid kit. I think this is a must to have in the glove box. Now, the glove box is nice and secure. Anything that's in there isn't going to fall out or get lost. And if you always put this back in the glove box, you'll know exactly where it is. So this first aid kit has bandages, scissors, plasters, tape, cleansing wipes, tweezers, all the first aid equipment that I need if I'm injured, and of course I could add more to this if I wish. Next up, we have a water straw purifier. This is also part of a bigger kit that I've got in the boot where you can actually siphon water through this to get even more water if you wish, but it's nice just to have the straw on hand so you can just pick this up if you're in a rush and go. Next up, we have, of course, a head torch. This is a Poundland one, and this was featured in the Poundland survival kit. Again, this is just a grab and go kind of one if you need to fix something on the car, or even if you've got a passenger and they want to go out, they can just grab this. And this one has 3 different settings: bright, dim, and a flash. I could also use the flash as an SOS signal if I'm in distress, and sometimes I just grab this even just to use as a torch. And talking of torches, we have this absolute beast in here. This is one of the most powerful torches I've ever come across. It's so bright and it goes so far, and it too has 3 settings: this ultra bright light, dim, and then a flash. And this is not made out of plastic, it's made out of metal. It tells you how much battery life is left by these LED lights, and it also has a slider functionality where you can increase the width of the light and also narrow it down. When it's narrower, you get a more precise and further range of light, and when it's more dispersed, you get a wider point of view. Next up, we have a can of tomato soup, and tinned food just lasts a very long time, so I could forget that it's in here and not have to worry about it going off. Energy bars are also a great option to keep in here. Next up, we have some gloves. Now, a glove box wouldn't be a glove box without a pair of gloves. I found myself grab these many times, not even just because it's cold, but if I need gloves for cycling, or if I'm chopping wood and I need extra grip. And these actually have protection and padding on, and of course they do keep my hands warm if it does get cold. Next up, we have some cheeky panda bamboo wipes. Now, these are made with 99% purified water and natural cleansing ingredients, and they're pretty self-explanatory. If you're dirty, you need to clean. Next up, we have an SAS survival guide. Now, there is so much information and great knowledge in this book, from food to campcraft, and there's things about rescue and health. If I'm ever stuck somewhere or waiting for someone, I can just grab this and update myself on the knowledge. And the size is absolutely perfect for a glove box. I'll leave an Amazon affiliate link in the description below if you want to grab any of this. I believe this is only around £6. It's just great to have in the car. Next up in this waterproof container is all of my essentials. So there's some fussy roll-on deodorant, there's some mosquito and insect repellent, and then we have some 30 SPF sun cream. If you know anything about sun cream, you'll understand why I've got this kids organic version. The ingredients in here are just really good for you, and they haven't got any rubbish in it. Then we've got a little tape measure, always great to have that on hand. Some spare batteries for the head torch, a cutlery set, a microfiber cleaning cloth, a small toothpick, and last but not least, a Swiss Army knife. Of course, this has many different functionalities, from knives to saws, bottle openers, tweezers, toothpicks as well. There is hundreds of different uses for this. Next up, we have a powder fire extinguisher. I've been in a position before where the back brake hose has exploded on my car, and it created some kind of spark and set fire to the entire back wheel. And I was running around the car trying to figure out how to pull it out, and I found this bottle of water in the boot that I just chucked on it, which, if you know anything about car fires, is not ideal. That could have spread the fire and made it even worse. So I was taking a massive risk. So ever since that moment, I've always had a power fire extinguisher in the car, and now I know how important it is to do so. And here is the item that you wouldn't believe that I have in my glove box. This is a full Amazon survival kit. I've actually made a whole video about going through everything in here and testing it out, but I'll just go over what's in here quickly. First of all, an emergency blanket. Now, people keep wool blankets in their car, but then they use them for picnic blankets and they get dirty. They take them out the car, wash them, and forget to put them back in. And this emergency blanket is so compact that you can just put it in there, forget about it, and then you know it's in there when you need it. There's also a tourniquet in here, which is very good. If you've got a wounded arm or leg, you can stop blood flow to that specific area of your body. Then we've got this really interesting credit card tool. There's multiple different uses for this. There's saws, knives, bottle openers, wrenches. It's just great. Then we have this wire saw. I'm surprised at how useful this actually is, and it's just a great last resort for cutting wood. Then we have a spork, which also has a nice knife on the end of it. This aerial looking thing, this just came in the kit. I wouldn't have personally added this, but it's just great to get oxygen to the base of the fire if you don't want to get ash or fire in your face by blowing manually. There's also a really cool bracelet in here. Now, this is loads of power cord, and this has a compass on it, and there's also a fire steel on this as well that, whoa, does work a little bit. But if you've seen the review of this box, you'll have known that I spent hours trying to start a fire with that, so that's why we have the lighter. I wouldn't just rely on starting a fire with that. And what I found out recently was there's actually a small compartment in the side of this. Not sure what on earth you would want to keep in there, but it's there if you need to keep something dry. There's also this really cool bottle clip, so you put that around the head of a water bottle, clip it to your belt, and then you're saving space if you have a backpack or you just don't want to carry around water in your hand. There's also a sewing kit in this box, which I actually put in there. It's just great to have a means to repair something if ever something rips, like your clothes or your coat. And then there's a torch as well. This is basically a small version of that massive one that we have. I do use the head torch and that big one quite a lot, so if they both run out of battery, there's always this one. And last of all, we have this tiny fishing kit. Now, this is just the essentials that you need. So there's line, hook, a lure, some weights and some floats, and also some swivel pieces. So that is just great to have, and you can attach that to the Swiss Army knife or a branch, and then you've got a fishing rod. So there we have it. That is all of the surprising things that I keep in my glove box. I'd love to know what you keep in your glove box, so comment down below. We're also so close to releasing the hats, so head over to equilor.com, sign up for the mailing list, and you'll get notified when they get released. As always, stay wild, and I'll catch you in the next one.